Hey guys, welcome back to another Five Nights at Freddy's video. It's been quite some time since I made a video, a couple months, maybe even longer, but I'm going to try to stay back for a while. I realized that I didn't want to stop making videos and stuff, but I'm going to try to stay consistent, and I'm going to try to think of some new stuff to do, maybe with the jazzware stuff, maybe with some jazzware concepts, like how I used to do the Funko ones, but yeah, I'll definitely be back. Anyway, let's get straight to the video. I got the brand new Five Nights at Freddy's Withered animatronic Funko Pops, and I got all of them here to review besides Mangle. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first one I want to go into Withered Freddy. And for Withered Freddy, he doesn't look as bad as he looked on the promo image. I know this wave is quite criticized with usually people are like Mangle is the best, Withered Freddy and Withered Bonnie are meh, and then Withered Chica and Withered Foxy suck, which I'll get to that. I don't think it's wrong. There's definitely some things I want to talk about that you notice in person when you get the figures, or with the pops, sorry. But yeah, for Withered Freddy, here on a promo image, he literally looks like they took Freddy's head, changed the jaw up a little bit, and just gave him a new body, which is basically what the pop is, but there's some stuff that you can see more in the actual Funko Pop. So the first thing I want to talk about is the jaw is mainly hollow, and he has endoskeleton teeth, which you can't really notice on that, but in person, they're pretty noticeable, and they're actually pretty cool. Here, let me try to get a good view of them. But in person, they're pretty nice. And he also has tons of dirt and black wash on him. I can see it. It's on really prominent on the stomach, which on the image it looks weird. That's probably because it's just a render. In person, it looks way better. It's still not as good as the dirt and everything on Withered Golden Freddy. That one's way better. And they also gave Withered Golden Freddy a new ear that fits Withered Freddy more. They did not give that to Withered. I'm sorry. They gave Withered Golden Freddy a new ear that fits Withered Freddy and Withered Golden Freddy more, but they didn't give it to the Withered Freddy Funko Pop, which is really stupid. His mold overall just looks so much better. The mouth the bottom jaw is brand new. The head is a slight reuse of the original Freddy, which I actually have right here. But they changed it up enough so you can't really notice that much. And it fits too. The eyes are different. The eyebrows are more accurate. Everything looks better. And his ear looks nice too, because they changed, instead of it having just sunken in, they filled it in Withered Freddy's supposed to have, which they also kind of did in the Mystery Mini, which I will get into him too, because there's some stuff that the Mystery Mini, the cheap one, does better than the Funko Pop. But yeah, Withered Golden Freddy's an amazing pop. This is definitely the strongest one out of all of these, and the puppet's really good too, but let's talk about Withered Freddy. His eyebrows are brand new. They're not as good as, I feel like the Withered Golden Freddy eyebrows are better, but this one doesn't look bad. I do like his jaw, actually. That's pretty cool. I wish they changed up the head sculpt more. They just made it thinner or something, just make it different than original Freddy. But look, side by side, they're the same thing. Basically the same thing. And they literally moved past. I'd rather them use the movie Freddy head instead, because at least it would look different from the original Freddy Funko Pop that we saw 5 to 6 times. It would have just been different. For the body, it's pretty good. The only thing I don't like is they literally gave him brown wires on his leg. They were gonna paint them red and blue eventually, and they just didn't. And the thing is, I was noticing this. Even the Mystery Mini, which is $5, less than half the price of the Funko Pop, they do that better. And they also give him some wires coming out on his arm. While the Pop doesn't give him any on his arm, which he is supposed to have. The back has zero withering at all. Can't even notice. It looks like a normal Freddy Funko Pop. If I flip this one around, it just looks like a different pose. It's really stupid. And on the Mystery Mini, you can tell there's some withering on the arm. The back of the legs have withering. Only one arm looks normal. So that's really bad on Funko. They brought back the black stripe on his hat. Well, obviously, they reused the mold for the head. Yeah, it's not horrible. I'm glad we got a Withered Freddy Funko Pop. I'd rather have this than nothing. So, I wanted these pops for so long that, I'll settle for it. But they definitely could have done it better. I might honestly, even if they didn't want to make any new molds, they just used this mold right here, all they had to do was paint it a little bit more. Give him blue eyes instead of black, and give him some wires. That's really all they needed to do. So the next one I want to talk about is Withered Bonnie, and this one is definitely the strongest out of the 4. He already had a good pop in the past. Right here, we can see it. Oh, the only thing bad about the original one is it never stands. There we go. And here's the mini that came out that's kind of corresponds with these Funko Pops. This one was pretty good. They basically reused everything down to the ear. They didn't really change anything about the head, but they did give him a new way to pose his arm. The original Funko Pop actually does have something better on the arm. First of all, they didn't give him the black tips on his fingers right here. I don't know if it is actually like that in the game, but I'm pretty sure it is because it's such a weird thing to add. The thing I did want them to change for this pop is the foot. They gave him Nightmare Bonnie's foot, but that's what they reused for the original Withered Bonnie with the white eyes. So they gave it to this one too. And it does not fit at all. Look at Withered Foxy. He has the new endo feet. And so does Mangle. So I don't know why they gave him Nightmare Bonnie's foot. Just because they're like lazy? It's stupid. This one is better than the original though, in my opinion. Like you can see all the black wash and like dirt on him. It looks really nice. Like it looks genuinely good. You notice it more in Freddy though. In person you notice it more too. The thing I did wish they gave Withered Bonnie is color on the wires on his arm too, and mainly his face, because the original doesn't have that, but that's because it's an older Funko Pop. They can do so much more. Like, literally look at this. This is just such a good pop in general. It just shows how much better they can do. And even the Mystery Mini, like, they did it on that. I am very glad they didn't use this, like, bright blue color. That would not have fit Withered Bonnie at all. This is definitely a way better color than the Mystery Mini. But still, it's pretty good. Like, it's nothing really that bad about it. That one's like a 7 or 8 out of 10. It's just lazy, though, because they had reused everything. But yeah, it's really... Now let's move on to Withered Chica. So Withered Chica, on the box, it looks really bad. In the promo image, it looks horrible. In person, it actually does look better, in my opinion, but it definitely doesn't look good. Like, it's not awful. Originally, I was going to take this one and repaint it, but in person, I think it looks, like, okay. Like, if they would have made the Withered animatronics in, like, 2016, this is probably what they would have looked like, and I wouldn't really mind them back then because, like, literally, look, they use, like, SFM models for most of the original Funko Pops. You can see it on Bonnie a lot. And they were going to use it for Foxy, too, like, noticeably. But they kind of changed it last minute. But still, you can kind of tell they're based off of those, like, models. So, these ones would have been, like, they also kind of look like that because they reused the parts from the original Funko Pops. And you kind of notice it on Withered Chica a lot, I feel like. The thing I don't like about Withered Chica at all is her endo mouth is, like, really bad. Instead of it being silver, like, towards the top and bottom, they made it orange. And it's really dumb, in my opinion. The jaw itself is really thin, too, which I don't really like, but I mean, like, I kind of get why they did it. And this is the worst part. This ruins the pop. They reused the original Chica's upper head for some reason. It's the same exact head. I don't know why they reused it. It looks really bad, in my opinion. I kind of knew it was coming, though, because the Mystery Mini of Withered Chica did that. But this one actually looks good, in my opinion. I don't know why they didn't do that for the Funko Pop. It just looks stupid. But, I mean... I don't know. I really would just wish they made a new mold for Withered Chica. If I had to choose for them making a new mold for one of the Funko Pops, I would definitely choose Withered Chica. It would have looked way better. And I don't really think they can really mess up the colors that much, but they didn't really do it. And also the body itself looks really good. Like, if you just look at a pop like this, it looks good. If you look at the head, it's what ruins it. I feel like pink eyes would have really benefited this pop. They just look like black, like voids, kind of, with just like the black like dots in the middle. Which doesn't really fit Withered Chica that much. It needs, like, the eyes. Like, it has uncanny eyes. This just looks stupid. If they would have made a new, just upper head mold for Withered Chica, it would have been a really good pop, in my opinion. But they kind of had to ruin it. This one's, like, a 4 out of 10. It's not, like, horrible, but it's not that good. But the Mystery Mini just shows how much better they could have done. Also, another thing, they didn't color the wires at all with this pop, which is dumb. But you can tell, like, the dirt and everything looks pretty noticeable on this pop, more than the other ones. Withered Freddy, it's pretty noticeable. I think it looks best on Withered Freddy. You can kind of notice it on Withered Bonnie more in person. But Withered Chica, since it's yellow, it pops more. You can actually tell it's slightly withered on this pop because the back has the broken leg and everything. Which I don't know why they did that with Withered Freddy, but I mean, it's a nice touch. I think the Mini has that. Yeah, the Mini does have that a little bit. So, yeah, this one's like okay. It's like the same as Withered Freddy. I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely not that good. Final one to talk about is Withered Foxy. So for Withered Foxy, he's very interesting in my opinion. He has a really, really good mold. Like, look at this. It looks really good. The only thing I don't really like is the endoskeleton doesn't really make sense. And he has these, like, gears on the top of his head. Like, 2 big gears. I don't know why they did that. That was really dumb. But besides that, like, he's not bad at all. I just really wish they got his paint job right and everything. He has, like, some dirt on him and everything. They didn't give him pants. I don't know how they missed. Like, how do you mess that up? Like, look at here's the original. Oh, here's the original Foxy Funko Pop from like 2016, and here's the Mystery Mini that just came out. They both look way better, and they just used those colors. If they just stuck with those colors for the pants, the snout, and I don't know. This like red color is like fine. They would have done that though. It would have looked way better. The eyelids do look a little weird too. He's like sad. I feel like he looks like he's like droopy or something. I feel like they should have just given him like no eyelids at all, like the rest of the pops. If anyone needed the eyelids, it was Withered Freddy. Because like his character always has those. I feel like. I don't know. I just feel like Withered Freddy would have benefited the most with having eyelids. I don't think Withered Foxy really needed them that much, but I mean, like, he has them. I plan on getting another one of these pops and repainting them to look more like Withered Foxy because it's a good mold. It's just a bad pop. It's like a 6 out of 10 pop right now, but I feel like it would have been like an 8 if they got him really good. Another thing that's weird, his mouth is metallic. Like, I don't know why. The rest have black mouths, but he has a metallic mouth, and even the back is metallic. It's so weird. I don't know why they did that. It's, like, really weird in my opinion. Did they not want this to be black, so they made it metallic? But then the mouth is metallic. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I really wish he had brown pants. I said that, like, 3 times, but I do really wish he had brown pants. But if you're good at, like, art or just painting or making custom, like, figures and stuff, you could definitely take this pop and make it, like, from a 6 out of 10 to, like, an 8 out of 10 just by giving them the right colors and pants. It's not that hard. It's, like, even if you're not, you just want to try making a custom for like the first time, I recommend doing it on this pop if you're like a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan, because it would definitely benefit them like a lot. And it'll make the pop look way better than it is now. I just don't get why they add those gears on the top of his head either. Those look really weird to me. But, I mean, like, he's okay. He's like a 6 out of 10. He's definitely better than Withered Chica. Honestly, I said Withered Freddy and Bonnie were, like, meh. Like, they weren't, like, they were just kind of lazy pops. Like, I like Withered Bonnie. The original Withered Bonnie pop looked good. So, obviously, that one's going to look good if it's just making the original one better. And Withered Freddy, he doesn't look, like, awful. He just looks lazy. Withered Chica doesn't look that good. But Withered Foxy, they put a lot of effort into him. It's just the painting and the, I don't know, mainly just the painting and, like, the mold not being 100% accurate is what really messes him up. And it's really sad because it looked like a good pop when I first saw it. Then I like looked more into it. I was like, what are those fins on the top of his head, which ended up being gears, which I still can't believe. That's like weird. And like the metallic mouth and like no paint, everything. If you just like fix the colors, or even if Funko fixes the colors, like maybe they will. I know they did with Rockstar Foxy a long time ago. I don't even remember what they fixed on him. I just remember they changed. Oh yeah, it's the snout color. They changed it. So if they do that with this one, that would be great. But if not, you might have to do it yourself. And honestly, I recommend you do. It would look really good. So yeah, that was the Five Nights at Freddy's Withered animatronic Funko Pops. I will probably review Mangle in like a short or something. That pop looks sick. It looks amazing. That's like a 10 out of 10 Funko Pop. These are like, I give those two like a 5. No, this one's like a 5 out of 10. Withered Bonnie's pretty cool, honestly. I don't remember what I gave him earlier, but like probably like a 6 or 7 out of, no, like a 7 or 8 out of 10, without a doubt. He looks pretty cool. And the original one here looks good too. Withered Chica is like a 4, and Withered Foxy is like a 6. So yeah, that's my Five Nights at Freddy's Withered animatronic Funko Pop video review. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which is hopefully going to be soon. See you guys later. Bye.